Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals, welcome to another edition of the Metroid Fusion Spoiler Tournament seeding races. We got six, five or six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. We got 5 entrants in today's race. Quite a bit. Kind of makes sense. It's kind of well, it is pretty late in the East Coast, but it's pretty relatively early Pacific time. We got ArmyofWon and Automata have it here on Restream. In the back, we also have Red, Schwartz Gandhi, and Naya the Bath. All of which are pretty solid runners overall. Naya the Bath, I believe, I want to say is 4th seed right now, and I think Red is sneaking in behind him. We're just having one player with a bit of technical difficulty at the moment. These seeds, typically, on the upper range, they tend to be like 45 minutes, so we certainly have plenty of time to get this one done and start the next seed in a timely manner. All right, that is, I believe that's all of the racers accounted for. Now just preparing to get the spoiler log ready. All right. Cool. Okay. And we have our first bit of technical difficulties. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, I understand what went wrong. I got this. I can fix it. So they do start with the spoiler log as soon as the race says go. And there was I have certain rows hidden, and unfortunately, I just didn't copy the hidden rows, but I did paste it into the hidden row, so there was a lot of disjointedness. But yeah, that should all be fixed now. And why are these all central aligned? That's okay. Oops. I can fix that as well pretty easily. Oh. All right, so we are starting off with a super missile start, which is very kind of the seed. So the missile upgrades in this particular form, in this particular randomizer, are optional. Any missile upgrade will give you the ability to fire missiles. So in this case, they get their super missiles as their first missile upgrade, and each of the missile upgrades will cumulatively stack and increase the damage accordingly. Super missiles will add 20 damage. So without any other upgrades, they're gonna destroy these Girons and these Idors in 2 shots. And then Missile Launcher is gonna add another 10. Ice Missile is gonna add another 10, and Diffusion adds 5. So we see your players getting their Morph Ball and optionally getting an E-Tank as they go. Pretty wise early on. You definitely want a few E-Tanks because there is a chance. In this particular race, the interesting formatting. The damage runs are not required in this particular seed that is provided for them. And they knew that going in. However, it might be faster. It looks like, for example, at the bottom of the lava dive, it's just a missile tank today, but that could have been anything. And having enough energy to be able to deal with that is a little important. I see. Okay. Yeah, we have a bit of a misformatting issue in the spreadsheet, but all the items are displayed there. That's really unfortunate. The items are usually color coded, as are the sectors, but unfortunately that's not quite the case in this race. It's also random whether or not our spreadsheet works. Matches. So yeah, with Morph Ball and Super Missiles, our players are on their way. Autumn is on their way down to Sector 4. Okay, what's in Sector 4? I need to know now. Service Escape Upper is Space Jump. Okay, so Autumn will not be soft locked in Sector 4. That's a risk, but even the spoiler log doesn't say to go in there, so. But since Space Jump is in here, that's there to get out of here. So it's kind of dangerous having Sector 4 available right at the start of the seed, because you can get in with just bombs, and you can be stuck in there if you don't have Space Jump or Screw Attack, or I guess they already have Screw Attack. So they could already get out, actually, come to think of it. Or Ice Missiles, or Level 1 Security, which they do not have access to. Or any of the securities beyond 0, for that matter. Or Gravity and Speed Booster. There's an unfortunate bug with the current version of the randomizer logic that accounts for lowering the water level and speed boosting out. However, it actually does not account for the blue door right before the pump control to lower the water level in the first place. So we do vet these seeds ahead of time and make sure that things like that are not an issue. or that even if it is an issue, there is still a way out of it. I do find it interesting they picked up base jump. They did want their speed booster. I guess you would get space jump because it's right next to speed. I'd actually, honestly, personally consider skipping space jump because I don't like it. It's it makes you wait a while before you jump again, and you can't wall jump to just continue going higher or faster. I just much rather have just high jump rather than just space jump. And it's a bit of an extreme take, but it's just me, pretty much. See, after this looks like, yeah, with the screw attack, they're basically gonna have access to most sectors, pretty much. There's an awkward transition between Sector 4 and its neighbors. If you're trying to use the screw attack paths, you'll basically need gravity suit as well to take them. And usually gravity suit's one of the last items you get. Oh, very interesting. Looking at the sector order. So Sector 3 is locked by green doors. And Sector 3 is the area with the security room to unlock green doors. So you'll need to come in from one of the sides. However, to come in from the right side, you would need to go through yellow doors, which you have access to yellow doors because you have access to Sector 5 through the 1 to 5 connector on the left side. I wonder if we'll see anyone, if that's going to be the play to make. Because the alternative is to go through Sector 4 and freeze a bunch of POW amps and just ride them to the top of the room. Or just jump across them into the top of the room. A really tall water silo. And then use that to access Sector 6. And then from there access Sector 2 through the passageways. And from there, they could finally make their way to Sector 3. It might be just as bad as just unlocking yellow doors and just being done with it. I think Sector 5 is going to be the play once they get Various Suit. Which now that they... yeah, with the Various Suit they got from the main elevator, just speed boosting through the wall, they're easily going to be able to get to yellow doors now. It's such an out-of-the-way check. It's kind of surprising when that actually is the probably the best way to unlock your doors to get to other sectors. So they want to get to Sector 3 to get Gravity Suit under box. And let's see, they have Charge Beam. Yes. They have Charge Beam. They're still looking for Plasma Beam, which they know is... oh, that's the very last on the list. The fake missile tank in Sector 6. That's going to be quick to grab, probably on the way out of lower Sector 4. And I think that's going to do it as soon as they're done with the fiddling around with the charge core here. They're getting the power bomb data. Let's see. It was either that or go all the way up to Arachnus, and they opted to get the power bomb data here instead. We are using the setting to allow use of power bombs without main bombs. However, you do still need the power bomb data. The power bomb expansion pack will not be enough. Also, ice missiles, very nice to pick up. Nice. Let's see. Wide beam would be a very handy item that is not going to be picked up. It's all the way in Pillar Highway in Sector 6, so it just takes a while to deal with. And if you're not a seasoned 100% runner, Pillar Highway can definitely be pretty obnoxious to get out of. Not so bad to get into, but yeah, it's tricky if you haven't memorized all the placement of the bombs. See, both Army and Autumn are indeed going up the main deck. What else do they need? Could be the Arachnus eating. No, they're going down to Sector 2. Oh, they can't go to Sector 5 through Sector 1. Oh. So, Sector 1 is actually... it does have the sector connectors that connect to the sectors to the left and right of it, but both of them are locked by various levels of doors. The left side... I keep forgetting the right side is locked by green doors. Today I forgot the left door is locked by blue. So they actually do need to come through the reactor silo to get to Sector 2 to unlock some kind of doors, which probably won't be level 1. Since they're already in Sector 2, they could just take the right connector and just go straight to Sector 3. Oof. An untimely death on Autumn's end. She's at the ship, but not quite with what she had last time she passed here. That's a really unfortunate setback. That's that is a lot in a spoiler rando, but these seeds are so short that she's still even likely to get sub-hour in this seed. To see Army just plowing right past the level 1 lock because they know level 2 locks are prime for the taking. So the security locks are basically progressive in half a sense. Like when you unlock a lock, it'll unlock all of the previous locks. But you could get them, you could get one like out of order and just kind of sequence break that way. There is a setting to separate the locks, so you will have to get them each to unlock the various colored doors. But for the this particular tournament, they're actually gonna it's actually not very synergistic with sector shuffle, so they're opting to play with regular compounded security levels. And gravity suit get for ArmyofWon. So with level 2's unlocked, Army is going to have to take the elevator back up to the top. He could, if he wants to, take the east connector to Sector 5, but he's not going to get very far because there's a yellow door in the way. So is going to have to take the elevator to get there. Or just go all the way around the west connectors if he really wants to. He does take the time to go up to the space hallway and charge the Shine Spark and uses that to get an extra E-tank. I don't know whether that was intentional or accidental, but it does get him some free energy. It might have been intentional, actually, because this is quite a... it's quite risky running with spoiler log, because when you know where everything is, you don't accidentally stumble across a ton of energy tanks. You only get a handful, and you're also constantly in situations you're not used to being in. Autumn taking her frustration out on that very rude crab, frankly. And Army is on his way down to lower 4 as Autumn picks up Speed Booster. So this being the second time Autumn's picked up Speed Booster, that means she's going twice as fast, right? Clever strat. Opting to skip space jump this time. I like it. Gonna have high jump anyway, it's fine. And there's red doors for ArmyofWon. So long as he remembers to pick up Plasma Beam on the way out. Just a quick detour to Sector 6 on his right. Yeah, the right side. You should be getting a really good time for the seed. Enemies in this game, not the most popular to face tank. But Autumn doesn't care. She has the tankiest face. ArmyofWon doing the aforementioned Shine Spark up to the top. Did I mention that Shine Spark? I remember thinking it. But yeah, heading up to the definitely aforementioned Sector 4 to 6 connector to get the aforementioned Plasma Beam. Thankfully does have Varia suit from much earlier. Autumn looking to invent some new technique to make her way up and out of the pitfall at the bottom of Sector 1. And unfortunately, Autumn is out of the seed, has issued a forfeit. Whereas ArmyofWon is sitting pretty with his Charge Beam, Plasma. Oh, is actually opting to pick up this item. Bonks on the door, but that's okay as long as you get through the speed blocks. That's the important part. Killer Highway for Wide Beam. Actually, that kind of makes sense. The final bosses are actually pretty tough without Wide Beam. So final bosses are no. Autumn is finished with this seed, in a sense, with a 2401. Game over, GG. Alright, the rest of this for Army is going to be a fairly routine fight with ice missiles and charge wide plasma. Going to be planning to freeze the SAX on the far top right platform. Squeeze in a charge shot and very quickly fire another missile and just rinse and repeat. And it gets pretty spooky if things get out of hand. If you miss one freeze, then you gotta run away from it. Oof, yeah, that'll happen. And that is why even with several E-tanks and plenty of practice, it's definitely worth safety saving at the final boss right before. Alright. Taking it down pretty quickly this time. If you keep it frozen the entire fight, it's free. Once it gets loose, boy, it gets squirrely. Wisely making use of the super attack to just be invincible the entire shot. And even with the depth, this is still going to be a really good time for Army. Unless he dies to a Mega Metroid, then it will be terrible. Now with Screw Attack, we'll have a pretty well-rehearsed low height if he could get it. Charges up, spins down. Oh, is that low enough? 1 pixel too high. That's pretty close to a frame perfect trick. It might be a 2-frame trick, depending on how you land it. And what this is, Autumn, welcome, welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Hopefully better for you than for me.
Yeah, I'm big chillin' up here in the booth. Yeah, that
I'm
was
mostly disappointed I couldn't give everybody the Ridley action I wanted to go for.
Yeah. So Ridley is a fight that does exist in the game, and it is very, very loud. I suppose the game just wanted to spare SpeedGaming this time. And that'll do it for Army. So we had Red finishing with a time of 28 even, Army coming in second place with a time of 30 minutes and 26 seconds, very solid time. Definitely one of the better finishes in the whole seeding series thus far.
Yeah, this wasn't that bad of a seed. I honestly was hoping I could still get a good time when I restarted after the first death, but once you're 20 minutes deep in a spoiler log tourney, it's just not happening.
Mm-hmm. And welcome, ArmyofWon. How'd you feel about that seed?
The seed was good. The surprise death out of nowhere, that was not as good.
Oh, it
Who
could
would
be
take
worse.
death in
At least we
Metroid
saved-
Fusion?
Yeah, I mean, I look over and 24 minutes into it, and Autumn says that she's not racing anymore. How could you?
I took deaths at 7:30 and a little over 22.
Oh, 2 deaths.
Well, actually, the second was a soft lock. I fell down on the way to Turian, and I had skipped space jump.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oof.
Why did you skip space jump?
Because I didn't need it. Theoretically.
Because on It was on the way to Speed Boost.
It would have
Yeah,
cost
but
me at least like
fanfare.
5 seconds to pick up.
And how much did that cost you?
I mean, at that point, I had already eaten 7.5 minutes, so it's not like I was gonna make this one of my
Yeah.
top 3 times anyway.
Yeah, I suppose that's technically true.
That's the nice thing about these seeding races is that we're just taking the top 3 times, so it's perfectly okay if you have not so good a run sometimes.
Yeah, I
Still
don't
good.
usually like to
Good fun.
forfeit when I'm on SpeedGaming, but I felt like at this point, my side of the race was already over.
And Army was closing in on, had already, I think was unlocking red doors just before you soft locked.
Yeah, it was just after Red Doors that I looked over and saw the DNF. It's a little sad, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I
These are
missed where
just
power bombs were. I was very confused at first trying to figure out how I was supposed to get any of my locks open.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, go in through 2. Where are power bombs? You mean I actually have to go into 1? Oh.
But yeah, I think that was a really good seed. Felt like there was, I mean, it might not have been the most obvious path, but it was a very clear path. Once you saw, oh, okay, so I need to go into 2, and to go into 2, I need power bombs. And then after getting red doors, it was super, super simple to break into 6 real quick and grab plasma. And I went, where's wide? I just have this little green laser pointer thing where wide is right here. Yeah, it's in Pillar Highway, but it's right here. So I grabbed it.
Yeah. I think, like, definitely having wide for the final boss is a huge boon. It's it was really costly to get, but it would be more costly to take multiple deaths on just not being able to finish the final bosses quick enough.
Yeah, if you're just working with single plasma, SAX, even if you do your free strats, it'll literally take 3 times as long. And that's 3 times as long to mess up as I already did once. And
If you
even if
nail
I
it right,
go... Hmm?
if you nail it right, it
2.5.
takes 8 diagonals with just charged plasma.
Yeah,
If you're
I
using
wasn't
free
even
strats.
attempting, I wasn't doing the diagonal, I was just doing the straight on, which is a little more forgiving, but takes a little longer.
Oh yeah, and
And
then I think it would be 3 times in that case, definitely.
But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good seed. Looking forward to the next one.
Cool. While we have you here, if you mind doing a little bit of admin work? I'm not at my PC. I was commenting at the start of the race. I totally messed up the formatting or the color coding.
Oh, the color coding.
The
I haven't
conditional
been
formatting.
using. Right. So I haven't been using your sheet itself. I've just been copy pasting into my own personal sheet. Um.
Yeah, it's
So
just
yeah,
just
yeah.
copy C's formatting over to E, and then copy G's formatting over to C and B.
Okay. So
And
where do you need the formatting?
I need the formatting from column C to
Okay.
go into column E.
Okay. Just a moment. Copy. Okay. C to E
Oh,
and
pretty. And then from G to C and B.
G to C and B. Okay.
Much easier when they're both present. Okay. I guess that would have worked too.
Well, so for B, it doesn't use colons; it uses dashes. So let's
Right.
see.
Okay.
So so
Well, I guess that's not that big a deal.
yeah.
Oh, I guess you would. Oh, yeah, you just like change.
Wow.
Talk about a photo finish for
Split
3 and 4.
second photo finish.
Oh, yeah, we got neither Bath finishing in looks like 38:03, and Schwartz finishing at 38:09.
Imagine finishing this seed.
Right?
Couldn't be me.
Anyway,
Oh no.
I suppose we should get ready for the next seed, take a short break, and then get the next seed.
Yeah.
I need a shot at redemption, that's for sure. But
Yeah,
happy to be
you
back
can't
on
let me
Speed
show you
Gaming.
up like this on for the night. So
I'm saving my skill for the tourney.
right. Yep.
Also, one more minor note, Army. Could you remove the old formatting from C?
Oh, let's see. So formatting. Okay, so for this guy. Wait.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so that. Wait, what? Okay.
Right.
This is not
Okay.
good.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's both.
Yeah, it's both. Conditional formatting. So,
Oh, that's so weird.
yeah. So I've got to just do it one by one.
I guess we'll have to bring back Sector 1's formatting.
Sector
Actually,
one
maybe
still
we
has.
should do that off stream because the audience
Yeah.
doesn't even see it anyway. All right, we'll
Right.
set up the
Hey,
race and we'll
let's
see you in
listen to
5
us.
minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is a radio show now.
Yep.
Just listen to us do behind the scenes things that you can't see and won't appreciate or
Hey,
know about.
everyone loves Excel. I'm sure they are completely enthralled.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, and Jagger, let's get ready for the next one. So,
Yeah, I'll
hey
hop down to
everyone.
the lower channel. All right, welcome back. We got another race on its way. We just got one of the participants just getting some batteries real quick, and they'll be right back on stream. Currently, Army is in the deep purple sector. About to get his smoke beam on the waterway. Oh, I thought everything was. I thought everything looked right because Army's name is right under his screen. It looked perfectly normal to me. But no, we just had a technical difficulty. Yeah, we are back. Got the tracker reset, and we are ready to roll. Go ahead and start the race. Copy that spoiler log, paste that spoiler log. Copy that column. Paste that column. Everything works. Yay! First try. Let's go. All right. We got Cora Animal Space ESA. And our racers are off. One of them is off to head over to the data room. The other one is just offline, but close enough. There we go. All right. I'm just syncing up the timers real quick. Close enough. All right. Wasn't worried for a second. So we got speed booster start in this speed. I believe this is the first speed booster start of the. Yeah, I believe this is the first speed booster start of the of the preseason. This is a neat one. This is... Oops. Oh, Space Jump Speed Booster. This is a start that only applies to difficulty 1 of the randomizer logic. So there is a precise shine spark you can do to access the sector hub without morph ball. So normally you need to morph underneath the some overhang debris in order to access the hub. But with Speed Booster, a couple of those blocks in the debris are actually destructible. And you'll see the racers just plowing right through it, if done successfully. Oh, Autumn looks good, and plows right through. I want to say that's like a 2-pixel window? It might be pixel perfect. There is a setup to do it. If you stand kind of on the upper middle-ish of the stairs, then you could just start straight left and you'll get it pretty reliably. It's a pretty wide visual cue. Like, it could be varying levels on the stairs since it's such a steady incline. Autumn showing off a little bit here and going for this cargo jump. This is a very tight jump wherein you have to delay your wall jump a slight, like quite a bit, by several frames, nearly 10 frames, and wall jump at the top pixel of the little ledge there, and then hit turn around on the very last frame right before you hit the cargo. And you're going to continue to go for this. This is their plasma beam. But more importantly, it is also very swag. I believe it's a frame perfect, very nearly double frame perfect. Army just goes for the classic speed boost strat. So this cargo jump is not in logic at this time, but the Shine Spark method is. So I'm just going to go ahead and unlock blue doors and just deal with that that room on the way back. Plasma beam, blue doors. Go ahead and mark that. And this blue door is for Autumn. So this is a spoiler log tournament seeding race. This is a series of races for players to join to get a quick reference of their ranking in the brackets. So the tournament proper hasn't quite started, but these players sure are going fast. And there's more fall in the data room. So if anyone's interested in playing the randomizer, and especially if you would like to join the tournament, the signups are still ongoing until the 28th. You got 4 days to sign up. I believe that's Wednesday? Yeah, I believe that's Wednesday. And you don't necessarily have to. You don't necessarily have to join the seeding races. Yeah, it's really an unfortunate death. It's only 6 minutes in, but kind of a heartbreaker. You don't have to join the seeding races to enter the tournament, but you will get bottom seeding if you do. If you don't, so bottom has some pretty solid times already up on the seeding. So in the meantime, we're just getting a few things switched around here behind the scenes. Oh, Army is looking to get real spicy here. So you cannot unlock level 2 locks without any form of bomb, but Army can, and is about to show you exactly how. By getting wedged in between some speed blocks that are respawning, you can actually get shoved backwards and often upwards, supposedly out of the wall and out of the ground, but it's actually deeper into the wall and upward through the ceiling. And with some extreme out of boundery, is able to just spring ball all the way up and just wrap around the world. Went left a good ways, and now he's going right the other half of the ways. And you see him just kind of scrolling past the scenery. And that's entirely graphical. His position is just way out of bounds right now. And soon he'll pop back inbound. Not quite where you would expect. In fact, you see him screen wrapping there. Slightly missed the mark there, but doesn't soft lock. May have, I'm not sure, maybe miscounted the screen wrap. Because every time you spring ball, you go a set distance. So you are able to just count how many times you wrap around the screen, and that will just allow you to pretty precisely figure out where you're going to end up. Also, right, I'm assuming Nai has blue doors unlocked. Oof. Not a great position for that blue X. I think it's technically possible to get up out of there, but ugh. So this is a trick that really should be in logic, but it's actually considered a 0 difficulty trick. Actually taking the speed booster and coming up the ladder here and escaping this vanilla path down sector 6. However, since this is a speed start, it is still using level 1 difficulty trick to get here in the first place, so I do hope in the future this becomes a level 1 difficulty trick. Until then, it's just here to stay. That Magnemite room is pretty nice for farming. So the main strat here is if you don't have high jump, you especially want to spark into that slope at the bottom, right below the ladder. You don't have to, but maybe you should. And Army manages to make it out. Real risky. There's another X right here in this bottom huge block. As long as you don't shoot that one, it's fine. I think it was kind of aiming... Well, maybe it was aiming for the middle one. But yeah, if you aim for the top one and you're a little late, that's fine. You just hit the middle one and you're safe. 9 makes it out. Is able to tank one Ice X. Hopefully doesn't have to, but... I'd recommend luring it upward. Okay, well, 2 HP. Calculated. That's above 0, most notably. Missile data for... missile launcher for ArmyofWon. Nine making extra store to freeze that thing and doesn't quite get it, but still manages to escape. And diffusion data for ArmyofWon as well. Be very careful on the way out here. Don't jump straight up, because there is an enemy right there, and don't run all the way forward. Ooh. Definitely a rough run. Let's see, diffusion missiles. And missile launcher. Okay. Yeah, Sector 6 is real dangerous without various suit. Usually you don't have to go in past the first 2 items. But sometimes you gotta go all the way. All the way to the speed item. Actually, that Shine Spark Army just did. That's very well done. That was actually pixel perfect to get all the way across. Usually you just bonk on the lower ledge after the Giron. But to break the Giron, I believe, is a level 2 difficult. Maybe it's level 1 difficulty Shine Spark. I think it's level 1 actually. There are a couple level 3 difficulty Shine Sparks in Logic at this time. in Sector 1 to break the stabilizer barriers. Because there's such high difficulty because you only get one shot and then you have to restart from a save station, which is pretty out of the way. And if you miss it, then you don't have a speed boost to try again, so you just have to restart. Level 2 security for Nye. So they're going to want to at some point go to Sector 1. The far right side, Barry B's first wall jumps, as we call it, to get Gravity Suit. But on the way there, Naya wants a few extra trinkets. Missile tanker 2. As long as it's quick, it doesn't hurt him. Going that far out of his way for ammo, I suspect maybe... let's see, charge beam for 9. I suspect super missiles are going to be really out of the way. Looks like super missiles are at Wonderwall in Sector 2. That's not that far out of the way, but I guess they've already been to 2 and aren't planning to go back anytime soon. Yeah, they're done with Sector 2, basically. So yeah, picking up extra energy tanks makes a lot of sense in this context, for sure. Ice missile data would be really helpful, but that's all the way over at the reactor. The reactor E-tank specifically, which isn't... It's the nearer of the 2 checks, but you don't want to go all the way to the reactor silo just for that. Just not worth it. That's high jump for Army. Soon to be Grimlocks. You have high jump, Army. It's fine. You did it. You got your speed boost all the way up to that ledge. Good job. Level 2 unlocked for Army. Alright, Nye on their way to Sector 3 Data, which is another missile type. This might just be their way up to upper 3. Army, careful. I'm sure he's fine. He's fine. Getting a low height Shine Spark for that power, for that stretchy there. 57 energy, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's enough to tank a stretchy hit. Don't stand up. Okay, as long as you're next to the door, you can stand up, that's fine. Nye kind of having an ordeal over this box fight. Out of missiles. with just regular and diffusion missiles only doing 15 damage, half as much as you need for box normally, so it takes 20 missiles to deal with. Interestingly, not going to reload on the data room. It's not a full reload, it's just a missile tank in there, but that's fine. Don't tank too much damage there. Bark right up here for an energy tank. Definitely worth. So soon to get the Varia suit on Naya's end. Gonna go ahead and pre-mark that. Oh. With one power bomb left, I would certainly advise refilling. Power bombs, kind of obsolete bombs. Not entirely. It lacks bomb jumping capability like it used to have in Super Metroid. They take much longer to explode. They do have massive AoE, but also they have ammo. So while they're kind of a joke in vanilla Fusion because there are actually 32 expansions, you could get up to a maximum of 74 power bombs, and you start with 10, which is more than you ever need in a run. In Randomizer, however, especially if you don't have bombs, then they really get a lot of use. Speaking of which, Army is using 2 of them right now to destroy a Giron, which normally takes a single super missile, but getting his wide beam right here. And there's purple suit for Nai. In vanilla, power bombs are very useful for exposing weaknesses in wall tiles. So they're used very liberally in first-time playthroughs. But since you have to go to a recharge room to refill them, or just find a red X somewhere, they can be a little bit cumbersome. Our player's just about high-fiving on the way out. And with that gravity, with charge beam in hand, and Nai is going to be on their way to Sector 5. Gravity suit for Army. Gravity suit, but not Varia. It's pretty interesting. So that means without Varia, what are the requirements for destroying Sector 5? I know one of the options is Speed Booster, Varia, and Gravity, but he doesn't have Varia. One of the options is High Jump, Speed Booster, and Wave Beam, but he doesn't have Wave Beam. There's a third, I think. Maybe the third is just backdooring it with Screw Attack. But where is Screw Attack? Oh, weird. Okay. It's Sector 6. What? That's not worth. And thus, Army is back in Sector 3, hunting for Varia. Well, knows where it is, but still. Army using pseudo screw attacks to deal with box 1. With Plasma Beam, it does... I forget. I want to say like 42 damage, maybe? Which is quite a bit. Given super missiles do 30. That's not a bad chunk of damage. It'd be real nice to manage to squeeze a Plasma Beam through its skull, but easier said than done. Careful, Army. What? Oof. Did just save, so it's not as bad as it could have been, thankfully. Oh, yeah. Red doors for 9. Nye managing to terrify the enemy into expanding. Very clever mind games. That's going to change the RNG seeding. Reloads the room to very quickly jump the gap and cross through the Giron space before it reforms, getting wide beam and not standing up inside the electricity, but carefully avoiding it. Army, for some reason, getting wave beam, which will do more with the pseudo screw attack. So there are some quirks with how the beams work in the randomizer. The beams normally were just they weren't separated. You either had the current beam and all beams before it, or you didn't. But the randomizer has been specially coded to actually be able to separate the beams to have them individually and in all combinations. And with that, the wave beam has been given some interesting properties to reflect its original Metroid 1 style. So the wave beam on its own is a beam everyone loves to hate. But even when it's combined with other beams, it seems to take on the squiggly nature of its pathing. Alright, Army getting in a good rhythm here. Still gets hit in the ankle by a volleyball. It's not pleasant. That is a tough break. This fight is so much easier when you could just hammer away with missiles and it dies eventually. Taking the safer approach and just foregoing the massive pseudo screw attack damage. A couple safety strats to the box fight. Usually you don't need any, so it's real hard to remember them. Come on, just a little more. I'd just hang out on the ceiling. Don't drop down yet. Alright, he can drop down now. Just don't walk into it. Alright. And don't die to regular enemies either. It's being extra careful. Oof. So the shot will not hit things off screen, as it typically despawns beforehand. Army. Oh. He wants that E-tank, I believe. No, he's just going for... No, he's going for the E-tank. Okay. There we go. Safety for Army. Same heart attack as I felt earlier. Yeah, this was... I suppose it wasn't that confusing a seed, but boy, were all these racers caught unawares. Deaths all around. It was a bloodbath. And just final boss to clean up for 9. Sorry. Oh, and that is GG for 9. And we'll see if we could get other racers here as well. We actually had Red finishing earlier with a time of 33:58, and Nye finishing with a 36:44. And that is level 4 is unlocked for Army. You know, Speed Start's normally known for the more straightforward arrangements in the previous tournament. Definitely gave all of our players today a run for their money.
I don't know what to feel about this seed.
We'll welcome on in to Red. Hello. So basically, everybody died.
I took a death as well.
Actually, well, Nye definitely had quite a bit of struggle just trying to go fast to get out of lower sector 6 from the power bomb section.
Yeah, that's where I died. The blue X kept not playing nice, and I had to keep resetting the room just to smuggle it out.
Yeah, that blue X is pretty nasty.
Yeah. It took like upwards of 3 tries, but I got it eventually.
ArmyofWon got through it fairly quickly, but wound up taking a death later on in was it it was from one of those flies, like
Sector 6 beginning.
wait, maybe I'm thinking of 9 who died to that. I think Army got through that actually, but then he was up against the box fight and it was just not playing nice with him.
Oh yeah,
he didn't quite have
there as
the
well.
safety strats down, because when do you ever need safety strats on box 1? Apparently today.
I had to reset there as well. I did not have enough missiles, and charge I didn't have it. I thought I could hit it if I hit all 10 of my shots, but I didn't, so I just reset out and got my charge instead. Doing charge, I thought charge plasma would be cool, but no, it's just the one shot. It doesn't take multiple hits. Anyway, welcome, Nye.
Yeah, so we originally had Army and Autumn being restreamed, and Autumn took a very early unfortunate death to the Zoros, same as what happened to Schwartz. And just kind of threw in the towel there, so we just kind of option select out some of the streamers.
Yeah, don't worry about it, just do tell me next time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, tell me next time so I can actually start playing good when that happens.
Indeed.
Army's SAX is acting weird. I've never seen it jump these type of ways.
I'm not sure at what point I started being restreamed, but I'm curious if
like 10
you saw
minutes in.
my narrow escape from 6 with 2 HP.
2 HP, my god.
Yeah, I was paranoid.
And escaping box as well.
Oh yeah, I had to the box because I didn't want to go for.
Oh, Army's gonna have to grind here, isn't he?
Yeah, both you and Army were like fighting for your life in the room above box, just trying to get that E-tank.
Oh, I skipped it. I die in the game with 2E. 2E is enough to survive a hit from SAX.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Well, yeah,
I
but they
usually
were also
like to
below
have free,
30
though.
HP at the time.
That's
So
fair.
it was a very welcome refill, at the very least.
Did you go for supers, Nye?
No, I only have diffusion and mains.
Okay, yeah, I went for the supers and
The problem is that you had to go to sticks first, and if you wanted anything else from six, you had to dip it again, and it was not worth it, especially because screw attack.
supers was in 2 behind Wonderwall.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh well, yeah, but that was way too far out
Yeah,
of the
it's
way.
still too far, but I mean, for wide beam though.
I mean, wide beam was kind of in the way.
Yeah, I was debating whether to do that with power bombs when I realized if I get supers, it's just gonna make the ending fight so much better. And I think, does Army have supers?
Army does not have supers.
Army did not go for
Army-
supers either. Okay, so also
Army
just
went
diffusion.
for wide beam before he went to box.
Interesting.
I think he just hadn't quite considered how to break 5 because screw attack is so far out of the way.
Always gravity varia with some sort of
Yeah.
high jump.
Play
maybe
here
it would
was
have been worth-
getting there.
Yeah, I don't like
not
doing
without
that.
very.
I do not like doing that. Maybe with the other missile upgrades, but where was Ice at? Hold on.
Ice missiles were in reactor E-tank.
Yeah, never gonna happen. So I was gonna get those supers.
So behind the powerbomb, Giron and Zero had Ice Beam, basically on the way, kind of slight detour.
Also, I forgot to pick up Morph Ball very early. I tried to go to 6 and was already pretty much at
right.
the TVs, and then I realized I don't have Morph.
Oh dear.
So I had to
So
double
what
back.
Yeah, what actually happened to Autumn was Autumn kept going for the Kago jump instead of doing the Shine Spark method because you got to swag out. Did
Yep.
wind up getting it eventually, but then got hit on the way back and died. And just
Ooh, I'm guessing probably
pulled
same
off the
thing
swag
happened.
and
Same
called
thing
it.
happened to Schwartz because they both did it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 seconds apart, they just died as Zoro. That's gotta suck.
And it is getting pretty late for Autumn as well, so.
Yeah. Army, no!
That's from me.
Army, keep going.
That's the downside. So Army actually tried to fight Box without Wave Beam and was just doing the Plasma Pseudo Screw attacks. And it's not quite as much damage as the
Box?
Wave Pseudo Screw attacks. And just didn't have enough ammo. I noticed Nye earlier, like right before Box, you went a bit out of your way, more so than usual, for a missile tank in the Powerbomb stretchy room. I'm guessing it was specifically for Box.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was already planning to buy Box because I'm like, fuck, I have main missiles.
Mhm.
And I also had charge,
Yeah.
so at that point I had to fight Box if I wanted Barry, and I was not going for screw attack.
Yes, the entirety of lower 6 was just never gonna happen, at least in a
Yeah.
race setting.
Did you
I
have
was
diffusion at least?
Yeah, I grabbed diffusion. Oh yeah, diffusion was
I mean,
required to get out of
diffusion
it.
and mains were at the start of 6.
Yeah,
You
okay.
should have grabbed them on your way back.
If not, you were forced to
Hold on.
grab space jump and space jump or wave and ice. You had to grab it unless you wanted to get out, stay in 4 forever.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to really skip Box, I could have just grabbed space jump and ditched it. But not worth it.
I only realized afterwards, like, okay, wait, okay, I don't have charge. It's just I know if I have main missiles, it won't spawn. Does diffusion make it spawn? And lo and behold, having just any 2 missile upgrades would do it. So that was a rude awakening for me, and that's where I reset my game. I had so many resets there too. It's like, dude, like there's no way I get the first place here.
You didn't have charge?
On Edge, I didn't grab charge on my initial way through. I was thinking, oh, okay, well, I'll get that later. I mean, I want this Varia suit now. It just
Charge is very powerful. I don't know why you want to postpone that.
Well, I was thinking if I grab charge, because no, actually, no, I remember my way of thinking. Because if I grab charge, I know for a fact it would spawn. I was unsure if it would spawn if I just had diffusion and missile data, but it did spawn.
Yeah,
anyway.
main missiles alone a spawn box.
I don't
Green hatches.
really. It's just main
Green
missiles.
hatches as well.
I don't think. No, that doesn't sound right to me.
Green hatches. It's green hatches and either charge or main missiles, I believe.
I could have sworn it didn't spawn. No, I think it's just 2 missile. You need 2 missile upgrades.
No, it's main missiles. It doesn't spawn if you have other.
Maybe that's a dev build or something.
Like maybe the previous version amazing. No, I'm thinking like recent versions. You know, the seeds that Cosmo rolls for us. I've had that happen before, where I don't have charge, but I have main missiles and nothing else.
Does he have like
you
a?
probably didn't have green
beta test
hatches.
version or something? Or events release or something?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not the dev version. It's just the
Okay.
one that's out right now. Maybe I'm just
I'm not sure.
Mandela. Maybe I'm just convincing myself otherwise to be right, but you might. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know until earlier today that charge was enough because I actually had a seed with charge in the data room.
It makes the entire fight possible.
And it makes the fight spawn in your face when you walk through the door and kill you.
Oh, that's fun.
Nice.
Unless you're jumping through with charge, then it doesn't kill you.
Oh god.
I was so confused. Like,
I'm wondering if it's possible to. I wonder if it's.
slammed into the door.
Could you
and then I
ditch
died.
box with speed booster?
Maybe. I think so.
wondering
I
if it's
believe
possible.
you can speed boost through it and not take a hit. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't pull off the data spark successfully, so I wouldn't know for sure.
No, this is just me spitballing here because I'm not sure. Armies got it done.
There we go.
GG Army.
GG. That was a harder seed than we expected.
I'm still surprised I beat you both out. That's wild.
Not with the way that I played. My God, I'm not surprised at all.
I had the same death in 6, and I reset twice. One at box, one earlier in the seed, and one at box.
Oh, so let's see. I accidentally tried to do the green door bombless trick, and forgot that I needed to grab high jump, which was right there. So I reset back to the save room right there. Then I missed the trick once, so that's a minute gone. And I was like, you know what? I gave it a good shot. I'm just gonna actually go get power bombs, whatever.
I appreciated
Then
that attempt.
yeah, it's like, you know what? It's like, this looks like a seed that could do green doors without bombs, which is it's a cool trick. I could have gone into 4 after getting green doors and getting bombs in the ouch room there, and just actually used the pump room and got out using speed booster. That would have been nice.
Because that exists.
But yeah, that exists. But then let's see. How many times did I die in 6? Like, I died.
I was told that everyone at least took 1 death this run.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I took multiple deaths. That was, I think, at the very end, that was the cleanest SAX freezeless fight that I think I've ever done. And then I got, I didn't have ice missiles, so I couldn't do the freeze strats.
No, I don't do freeze. I use flare strats.
Right there, though. It was right above the save station.
No, you could do flare strats, my boy.
behind.
Yeah, that's two.
That's Ice Beam. And
Yeah, that's
Ice
debatable.
Missiles
I'd
were.
rather-
Don't hate on it. Ice Beam's cool. Get it?
No,
Smile.
no.
I get it. That's a funny pun.
Aw.
But yeah. So that was the cleanest SAX flare strat fight that I think I've ever pulled off. And then I get double hit twice by the Omega to just instantly die.
That
And
was
then I do it
yeah.
again. I think those were the two best SAX fights that I've done. Though those were really clean.
That first SX fight with that you did, you had me confused on the way it was jumping. It's like, what the hell is this movement? It started jumping into the walls like that. That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to chase after you.
No, it was scared. It knew what I was gonna do to it.
It knew, and I'd do it again, and you did do it again.
And I did do it again.
All three of us got 16%. What is this nonsense?
Nice.
Let's see, I also died to box once. Ugh.
Yeah. Reset box is here. I don't think Nye took a death this, or actually, where did you die?
No,
Nye?
I never died.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
came close.
Oh, for sure. 2 HP exiting 6 was great.
I heavily debated diffusion though. I kept telling myself,
diffusion because it was right there.
yeah, I was thinking
Coming
it
out of
was like,
6.
do I want diffusion? I mean, I kind of need that to escape 4, so it's required.
I just got it for the extra missile damage.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's just
I
fine.
mean, 50% more damage on that ice core isn't bad compared to normal missiles. And if for some reason you only picked up diffusions, which I've done before, fighting diffusion only ice core is pain.
Yeah, no, I took
250 HP.
I took that detour for supers though. I was not about to fight. I was not about to not have supers.
Good luck getting 50 missiles on the
Yeah, no shot.
core.
Yeah, you only do diffusion only ice core if your other missiles are on like space, Airy, and Ridley.
Space, you gotta go in space. Space boost, box, Ridley.
And even if it was in the worst room in the game, that's like on the critical path, and you'd really have to think hard about getting those extra missiles.
Yeah. I wasn't about to start grinding out missiles, so supers was for me, and again that led right to wide, so it routed pretty nicely in my eyes.
I mean,
What did supers lead
that's
to
why that
wide?
Drain pipe,
literally, yeah.
leaving 4.
Yeah, but supers was at Wonderwall.
Yeah, I got if I got supers, I could just leave 4 and get wide beam on the way out. And plus, I would not again fighting the SX core, which is nothing but missile data and diffusion. I wasn't going to grind missiles either. I did not want to grind. That's all it all boiled down to.
Did you pick up Screw Attack?
No, I didn't pick up Screw Attack. Are you kidding me? I just grabbed supers. Just walked down there, grabbed supers, and walked out. I did pay a visit to Ripper Tower accidentally though. Accidentally.
Okay, so you, yeah, supers. That's a bit out of the way. That doesn't feel like, oh, that's a really good routing decision. But I mean that's just my impression.
There are a lot of routing decisions that are just like a matter of comfort. Like sometimes they lose a little time, but they're absolutely worth.
Right, and like with super missiles, this run, I mean that would have been real nice against box. I mean, I wasn't expecting to fight.
Although I picked, okay, so what I did is I went to 1. I got my gravity suit. I was like, I'm gonna make a detour to Wonderwall. I was done with box by then.
Okay.
So I wanted the supers, grab that, then run straight to 5. But first I had to walk into the 4 elevator and then leave 4 because I did that as well. Had a bit of a brain fart. It's like, ooh, yeah, wide beam. Wait, no, stop. Go to 5 first. You can get it backwards.
Yeah, I right after I picked up wide, I was like, you know what? I could have picked that up on my way out.
There's also the fact of that I was not going to wait for power bombs in electrified water.
Oh, I did. That was fine.
Yeah, I didn't feel like waiting. It's like, I don't know how much E I'm going to have coming out of here. I don't want to. But again,
sure.
it all comes down to comfort.
Yep.
Well, GG, lads.
Yeah, good
GG,
game.
so,
I can't believe
any
it was,
more thoughts?
you're not allowed to gen seeds anymore?
Oh
After
no,
this? After the seeding race is over, you're banned from generating seeds? Smile?
it's okay. I got a stockpile.
No,
I'm
it's
only
fine.
like a fraction of the way through the 64 dumpster fires I generated.
It's fine. Apparently, I thrive in these dumpster fire environments, as seen by these last 2 races.
Oh yeah, this is the
I mean,
spirit of randomizer.
I'm pretty comfy in a dumpster fire. I did really well on the dumpster fire, what, 2 nights ago?
It's really comfy. It's nice and warm.
Yeah, it warms my cold, cold soul.
Oh no.
All right. With that, thank you so much for the racers, and thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting these channels. And we will see y'all next mission in about 18 hours. I'm not sure. We'll find out what channel that's on later. But yeah, check out the Discord, and we'll see y'all there. We'll keep you posted.
Ciao for now.
GG.
Bye.
Later.